When a person attempts to make a decision that could potentially change their life, the subconscious part of the brain that oversees fear and survival can sometimes try to stop them from pressing forward. While this part of the mind's intention is rooted in safety, what it really ends up doing is controlling and limiting thoughts, ideas, and actions. And unfortunately, the belief that something bad might happen if one attempts to try something is what stops so many people from pursuing their dreams to begin with. Because of these subconscious habits, when it comes to taking necessary risks to advance to new levels of success and manifest a life that is truly loved, there can be little incentive to follow through. Beliefs rooted in fear tend to stop individuals in their tracks because of how uncomfortable the emotions that are attached to them feel. And these types of beliefs and emotions can keep a person conformed to current circumstances for safety reasons. Here's why this happens. The subconscious mind is simply a processing machine. Any negative emotions you experience related to fear and anxiety are associated with self-preservation. They're not necessarily a way to keep you stuck, but more so a way to keep you safe. So it can become necessary to find a grain of truth in your negative emotions when you're aware that they're stopping you from having the life you want to live. Being in charge of your emotions cancels out any signals your subconscious mind sends you that indicate you must stop your efforts. So it's all a matter of controlling your thoughts in times that don't feel so good, so you gain mastery of your emotions. Step 1 is to listen to what your mind is saying from a non-judgmental point of view. When tuning into your emotions, take a step or two backwards. Ask yourself, how or why did this emotion surface? What is it telling me? Where did I learn it? What information could I find that proves that this emotional response might be exaggerated or unsuitable? You can write these questions down and carry them around with you throughout your day to begin to dismantle any emotional responses that stop you from pursuing your dreams. These are the responses that feel fearful, anxious, or uncertain. The next step is to try to determine what your inner critic is telling you that may or may not be true about what is happening. Listening to the chatter in our mind can help us assess our connections between our thoughts and feelings. It may just be that your mind is giving you an old script that is no longer true, and that your conscious mind can now choose to argue that point. Once your conscious mind has told your inner critic that what it's saying is no longer true, it can disengage with any arguments it tries to use to convince otherwise by putting it on mute and intently tuning into the volume of everything else going on around you instead. It's as simple as shifting your attention to the outside sounds versus the inside sounds to stop the process in its tracks. Once you've gone through the first 2 steps, it will be easier to complete the third, choosing how you want to react. This puts you in charge of your emotions and your mindset, and it also lines you up with success. The way we react is a habit, so this part of the process will take a little discipline and some practice. When you become in control of your emotions, rather than allowing them to be in control of you, a whole new world of possibilities opens up. In developing the skill of choosing your emotional responses, you will become smarter, more productive, more intuitive, more efficient, and overall happier. Even greater than that, you automatically reduce the chemical reward that is attached to negative thinking, negative emotional states, and negative behaviors that block success. When you learn to control and manage your emotions, you upgrade to a more sophisticated operating system that boosts creative problem solving and motivates action. By being able to think during times that feel uncomfortable, rather than react, you raise your status to the top 5% of the world's population and put yourself in a position to create more success in your life. In other words, you learn to act with courage, faith, and belief, which makes manifesting a life you love not only very achievable, but also very easy.